Police had the car, they had surveillance footage, and they even had a clear recording of the person connected to the case. For most investigations, that's exactly the kind of break detectives hope for. But in this case, it wasn't enough. Because somehow, every time the person appeared on camera, their face was hidden. Not by a mask, not by a hood, but by a series of fence posts. One after another, frame after frame, the footage captured the person perfectly, while hiding the one detail investigators needed most. The woman at the center of this mystery was Jennifer Kesse. In January 2006, Jennifer was 24 years old and living in Orlando, Florida. She had recently purchased a condominium. She was building her career, making plans for the future, and by all accounts, her life was moving in the right direction. Friends described her as responsible. Family members described her as independent. Nothing about her behavior suggested she was preparing to disappear. On the evening of January 23rd, Jennifer spoke with her family as usual. It was a normal conversation. Nothing seemed out of place. Nobody realized it would be the last confirmed contact they would ever have with her. The next morning, Jennifer never arrived at work. That immediately caught people's attention. This wasn't someone known for missing responsibilities. Calls went unanswered. Messages received no response. As concern grew, family members traveled to her condominium. What they found only deepened the worry. Jennifer's car was gone, but inside her condo, many of her personal belongings remained exactly where they should have been. There were no obvious signs of a struggle, no indication that she had packed up and left. It felt as though her normal routine had simply stopped. As investigators searched for answers, a breakthrough finally appeared. Jennifer's car was discovered parked at another apartment complex about a mile away from where she lived. The vehicle looked surprisingly ordinary. No major damage, no immediate explanation. Just a car sitting quietly in a parking lot. But nearby surveillance cameras had recorded something important. Someone had parked the vehicle and walked away. Detectives immediately focused on the footage. This could be the person who knew what happened to Jennifer. The recording showed a figure walking past a fence line near the parking lot. Investigators examined it carefully. Then they noticed something unbelievable. Every single time the person's face should have been visible, a fence post blocked the view. One frame, then another, then another. The timing was almost impossible. The individual remained visible throughout the footage, yet their face never appeared clearly enough for identification. It looked like the investigation had finally caught a lucky break. Instead, the footage became one of the most frustrating pieces of evidence in modern missing person history. Investigators released the video to the public. People across the country watched it. They paused it, analyzed it, zoomed in, hoping to spot something that detectives had missed. But the results stayed the same. Nobody could identify the person. As the investigation expanded, detectives interviewed numerous people connected to Jennifer's life. Leads were followed, tips were reviewed, evidence was examined again and again, yet none of it produced the answer everyone was searching for. The person in the footage remained unknown, and Jennifer remained missing. One of the reasons this case continues to attract attention is because it feels so close to being solved. When people hear about an unsolved disappearance, they often imagine a lack of evidence. No witnesses, no clues, no direction. Jennifer's case feels different. There is evidence. There is video. There is a person connected to the abandoned car. The problem is that the most important detail sits just out of reach. Years have passed since Jennifer Kesse disappeared. Investigators have revisited the case. Her family has continued searching for answers, and the footage has been viewed countless times. Yet one question refuses to go away. Who was the person captured on camera that day? Because somewhere within those few moments of video may be the key to understanding what happened to Jennifer Kesse. And until that question is answered, one of Florida's most haunting disappearances remains unresolved.